Hello again. Today we're going to look at the personality traits of a great event planner. Well, we already know that an event planner creates, organises and supervises every element of an event, incentive or meeting. It sounds simple enough, right? Well, that's just the event planning job description. In reality, it is so much more. First of all though, before we discuss what the job is all about, let's discuss the personality traits that make up a really good event planner. Do you have what it takes? Is event planning really for you? Well, admittedly, it does take a very specific type of person to become an event planner. It's an industry where your experience matters much less than your ability to think things through logically and to solve problems quickly and on your feet. There are certain inherent personality traits and professional aptitudes that just can't be taught, but which are essential to becoming a really good event planner. However, you most likely already have established on some level that you possess some of these qualities, or else you wouldn't be interested in pursuing a career in this particular industry. Well, when deciding if event planning is for you, it's imperative that you are honest with yourself about your personality traits, habits, interests, and obviously abilities. These are things you just can't fake your way through. Either you have them or you don't. And if you don't, you're not going to make a very good event planner, but you also won't be happy either. So let's look at some of those event planner personality traits. Most great event planners possess most, if not all, of the following traits that we're going to look at. So number one on our list is extremely organised. Above all else, it is imperative that you are insanely organised. Some would say almost anally retentive. In your professional and your personal life, organisation is key. To-do lists are king, and you follow them religiously, right down to the final minute little detail. Do you know where everything is on your desk? Is your computer desktop completely organised at all times? If so, then I think we have the beginnings of an event planner. A multitasker. At any given moment, on any given day, an event planner is juggling a number of different projects, and usually they're all completely different. She must research hotels for a job that's happening in 6 months' time, finish the billing from the last project she was working on, be writing the content for the brochures of the event that she's going to be doing in maybe 2 months' time, and be finalising the last-minute details for the trip she's about to leave on tomorrow. Your mind must be able to switch gears at any given time without any notice whatsoever, and remember to complete every detail of every single task. Great time management is another key aspect of being a good event planner. This goes hand in hand with multitasking. You need to better understand, create and stick to timetables, deadlines, and guide your colleagues, suppliers, staff and clients sometimes to do the same. You also need to be a problem solver. Event planning is one giant word problem. Things don't occasionally go wrong. Rather, occasionally a few things will go right. You must be able to see a problem, work through the problem calmly in your head, and think through the most logical, economical and all-around best solution. This includes every day of the many months leading up to the event, and of course once you're on site and the event goes live, it's absolutely crucial that you can problem solve. Creative is another big word associated with event planning. The world of events has become amazingly diverse. Creativity is so competitive these days. It seems that those who have been around long enough really have seen it all. So are you able to come up with a completely different concept that will continually wow your clients time and time again? Can you give them the wow factor that everybody talks about and that everybody's looking for? You also need to be a people person. This industry really is all about people and your relationships with them. From the dozens or hundreds of suppliers that you work with, to the hundreds or thousands of attendees, guests, and people like that at the different events that you actually produce. It's all about your relationships with people and working together to reach a common goal and basically produce a great event. You need to be customer service orientated. Some people want to be an event planner because they think it's all about wining, dining, hanging out and relaxing at fun parties. If this is you, keep looking. You're in the wrong career. When it comes to meetings and events, it's all about the client and the attendees, not about you. You need to do whatever it takes to get the job done, even if it means helping an understaffed venue to clear plates off a table, help out in the kitchen, pour wine, Fill the buffet. Seriously, you need to have a never-ending sense of customer service or else your clients will go elsewhere. You need to be eloquent at speaking and writing. Again, a large amount of this job is all about communication, written or verbal, and interaction with other people. You must be able to convey your ideas, thoughts and opinions in a clear and concise manner. You need to be a good budgeter. To your client, it's all about getting the most bang for your buck, especially these days. Every event suffers from the incredible shrinking budget, yet higher demands and expectations are still placed upon us. You must be a whiz at crunching numbers, predicting unknown costs, and basically performing money magic at all times. So, as mentioned before, these are just a few of the personality traits that are important to have if you were thinking about pursuing a career as an event planner. These are not traits that can be taught, and they matter much more than your past experience as a planner. If most or all of these particular points fit you to a T, then you're probably going to make a fantastic event planner. Now, let's look in more depth at an event planning job description, the items of responsibility in an event planning job. Just to give you an idea of what an event planning job description is, the items of responsibility, etc., we've drawn up a little typical average event or meeting. Okay, so number 1 on the list. 6 months to 1 year before the event is going to take place, the event planner will usually receive her brief. A meeting concept, a general set of dates will usually be decided upon around about this time frame. Then she will need to find a location that can accommodate the event. She'll need to pick a host city and then a host hotel, or in some cases numerous hotels. Registration needs to be set up and the attendees need to be invited to actually register. Travel needs to be arranged and hotel rooms need to be booked. The content, if it's a meeting, must be finalised. Keynote speakers need to be selected and booked, and all material needs to be written, proofed and printed. For either a meeting or an event, the technical requirements need to be figured out and decided upon. Is there staging, lighting, sound, screens, multimedia presentation? Audio-visual is key to most events. For either a meeting or an event, food and beverage needs to be booked. What kind of food are you going to have? Have you provided for vegetarians? Have you thought about all the various dietary requirements there are in this day and age? Does transportation need to be provided for? Who will staff your event? Okay, so we've looked at all these different elements. Great. The people are here, now what? Time to relax, right? I mean, you are an event planner. Don't you just party for a living? Wrong. Who cues the keynote speakers to begin, or the entertainment to start? What about the food? Is it running on time? When are guests told to go take their seats for dinner? Okay, now the night is almost over, but we're not finished. Are the doors ready to be opened? Are the parking attendants in place? Have the buses arrived? If they haven't, who do you call to find out where those buses are? Okay, the people are gone, and now it's time to bump out, or basically take everything down. Are your suppliers aware of that particular schedule? Finally, it's over. It's about 3 in the morning and you can finally think about going to bed and resting your poor, weary feet. That is, until breakfast starts tomorrow at 6 a.m. and after everything is done, there is still the final billing. So I think I've given you a very good idea of what's involved as far as becoming an event planner and what an event planner's job description entails. See you next time.